Hello and welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Show. Now, I was having lunch with a couple of my friends and conversation came about. One of them is going through a divorce right now, and she mentioned how everybody around her now sees how she'd built a ceiling for herself immediately she got into the marriage. And when she looks back, she's like, I always wanted more for myself, but I was taught and conditioned to let the man lead. The man has a vision. So somehow I just settled. And this leads us to the conversation that we're having today about an achiever and a settler. And on Benjamin Zulu's page, there's a post about this. And I'm just going to read a tiny bit of it before we get into the meat of the conversation today. And he wrote, if you marry a settler and you're an achiever, the differences between you will only show over time. Your drive and hunger will keep you restless and climbing, while their hesitancy and risk avoidance will keep them in the same place. Why is it so difficult for these two to work? That is what we're talking about today. Zulu.
Hello, and let's start by saying people who are hungry for greatness mistake being humble with hiding their ambitions.
Ha. Okay.
If you tell people you are aiming high, you look like you are condescending. Mm-hmm. And you look like, what do you think as we are not aiming? What do you mean?
What makes you feel so special?
So when dreams are young, they are not a guarantee. They're just ambitions, hopes, and things we possibly want to achieve. That is what society thinks. When we ask people, what do you want to become when you grow up, we don't take it too seriously. Because many people don't become what they want. And because of that, we disregard whatever people are envisioning in their heads when we are dating. It is never such a big deal. Many people, anyway, anybody would say anything. I mean, it's easy to say. I mean,
some will not even remember what you said.
Go slow. These things, we are seeing them.
Oh, good.
We brush off. We belittle. No problem. The guy says, "What to become a senator?" I mean, surely everybody talks like that. During marriage, we downplay. During searching, during the time when we hook up, during the time when we make the determinant decisions,
yes,
we don't look what the person is envisioning for their lives.
Yeah.
Neither do we compare with what we're envisioning with ourselves. And that is the fatal problem. Listen, to everybody who has a mouth can say, I want to be a doctor and grow up.
Yep.
Pilot, anything. But to dreamers, their dreams are as real as day and night. I introduce you because when you're a dreamer, you think everybody is like you.
Yeah.
There are people who say things just for purpose of saying them. But to a person, there are people who embody what they live for. Okay, let me also turn this by telling you sometimes we are not sure what we will become. I was doing a show with another life coach called Modoni Mokiri, and she was telling me she had this troubling sensation that she's supposed to be a great person. She was not sure what kind of
greatness that is.
But because it's a common word everybody says, who do you tell it to? But it's all real to her, like the air she breathes.
Yeah.
This is the problem with achievers. Their dreams are so real to them. Yeah. They're intertwined with their reason to exist. I knew from childhood I was supposed to be a big person. I started with the president. President didn't ring, right?
Okay.
I could see the politicians, Mutula Kalonzo,
yes,
famous, holding microphone. And I knew something like that.
Yes.
I mean,
not exactly, but you know.
And doctor never registered. Every child dreams, many people dream, yes, because doctors, we respect them, but we don't pay them. So, it didn't register. Politician did. Over time, I was not sure, but I need something. Let me tell you, You will not be shown the whole map.
Yeah.
You're only given sense of eat and drink. The journey is long, Elijah. You're only given a sensation. And TDJ says, if you want to know the length of your journey or the kind of travel you are called to, check the equipment you've been given. They always carry clues. They always carry clues. How intense is your hunger? I had petty things I was looking for when I was searching.
Okay. Indulge me.
Attentiveness. I had learned from all great people that all great people are intensely attentive. They said they respond to jokes quickly because they catch them. They weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
They get what you're trying to aim at quickly because they're listening.
Yes.
They said, just look at students when they're seated in class. You can see the depth of attentiveness. Those are the clues of greatness.
Okay.
People fleet with attention and over here and there and easily distracted, never go far. And even if you have ADHD, this condition of restlessness or whatever, but you are hungry, you can still work with it. We have seen people work with autism.
Yes.
And change the world.
Yes.
So we're not talking about personalities or psychological disorder. The hunger in your soul.
Yeah.
So the first point is to know if you're serious with your dreams, those dreams should be a deal breaker, should be a determiner for who you're choosing now. The first thing for visionaries to marry is marriage is a convergence of visions. Carry that in your head. And
yes.
When I was talking this, I reminded people that the disaster is to choose who you want to spend life with before you are mature enough to learn how to read energies.
Yep.
To sense scales of vision. You know, as I was thinking of having billions when I did not have fare for where I'm going.
That's the kind of vision we're talking about.
It was so real to me. I knew I can't die before. In fact, I don't know when I will die, but I know the season. I will know when it's. Miles Munro came here and told Jeff Koinange on an interview, I've done my part, man. I've published my books. I've poured my gifts in the world. You make sure you do your part. And soon he died.
He died, yeah.
People who live consciously, I call them soul travelers. Travelers of the soul.
Yeah.
Meaning those who live consciously.
Yeah.
Those who are in touch with their calling and their destiny. And they can sense when it's not your time. So you can't threaten me with death. Some guys hijacked a certain preacher, a lady preacher.
Yeah.
Apparently they'd been hired by her competitors to come and kill her.
Allah.
And then they were having a pistol and she was very composed. Said, go and tell. So we were being told to finish you. Give us all money. We're dumping your body. You know. So she was just composed and moved. My time is not yet. Or tell whoever sent you that my time is not yet.
But they have a pistol.
They had a pistol. Then one of them knocked her with that thing, the handle. She said, stop doing that. My time, you can't kill me. My time is not. They have never had a person talk like that.
Yeah.
When death is in front of them.
Yes.
They got so scared. They thought, does she have escort around? Does she have... They stopped, the car dropped her. You know?
Yeah.
She was so confident of what she's here to do that she could say, my time has not come. Our Lord, she was copying that language from our Lord. My time has not yet come. You know? When you live consciously, you actually know even your life is done when you have delivered on your mission. To a good degree, I will know I'm done when I feel like I poured what I brought here. So we are saying, even then, to dreamers, even the dream is the indicator of their approaching death.
Yes. Yes.
How much more should it be an indicator that they found their destiny soulmate? How much more? If you're careful about the life you want, the dreams you want to live, let them dictate everything, including choice of partner, where you live, how much money, the lifestyle, the way you live. Let it be dictated by why you are here. So the whole I end up with was dictated by why I'm here.
Yes.
The where now live is dictated by why I'm here. The where I am is dictated by why I'm here.
Yeah.
And where did I get that from? He said, my bread. They asked him, why are you not eating? Teacher, we brought food. My food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. If you live, and it told me, I found it that fast and I stopped there for a while because it said, we are meant to be conformed to the image of the Son of God so that he can become firstborn and us, the younger brothers, the younger sisters. When the Bible is son, remember, our femaleness and maleness is only on this side. Genesis 1 says, in the beginning created human kind. So don't overvalue too much the fact that you're a man or the fact of female. Let me keep reminding you that.
Yes.
God doesn't seem to give too much importance. Remember, we're supposed to be the younger siblings, the younger brothers of our Lord, to be conformed to his behavior. The firstborn is like a role model, so he is our role model, to copy him. So we are supposed to say, I'm here to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. Let your dreams and the sensation that you are here to affect the world in a certain way, even when you're not clear which way, but you have an idea of the intensity. Oprah Winfrey was employed to read news, and he found news shallow and unengaging. So she kept diverging and getting interested in stories. You're supposed to report. Can you stop cancelling people? And because she was on contract, they were frustrated. They moved her to another segment to finish her contract and they get rid of her. So they gave her a talk show to interview coffee makers. The moment she sat on that interview, she realized, I have found my thing.
This is the one.
So, because she was so attentive to her intuition, she was so connected, that's how she landed. She said, this is it. But what is drummed in our heads? It is drummed in our heads not to actualize our dreams, but to bring someone. The message we hear, the message culture pushes into your head is that getting married is the ultimate status symbol.
Which is terrible.
Mothers joke about that your son will marry my daughter.
When we're kids.
They don't joke about your son inventing cure for HIV.
No. Oh no. Oh my God.
I was asking guys, where are we? Guys are dropping out of college because of invented Facebook. Here they're dropping out of college because they're pregnant. And you complain when you're called shit. Anyway, so let me
Lord.
So this is the beginning, please. If there's a sensitivity, and I'm emphasizing this because we have lost inventors. We have lost solution bringers. We have lost. Many of our political leaders today are imposters. The real leaders were Mwekalis, who went another way. Instead of irrigating that dream of being the senator, the real leaders were the Orpa who turned back and Ruth followed despite the darkness. We never heard about Orpa again. Today we have had many people who turn back that way to their people, to their gods, to their things. It pains me to see, and I strongly believe God is creating people, we are 7 billion, to replace Jonah's rebellious people. One of the things I was conscious about, and that delayed me from dating, because I knew I needed to sharpen my vision. I needed to put clear foundation on where I'm going. I was studying law, my first degree, but I was sure I was not a lawyer. And if I dated a girl that time, she'll be dating a lawyer and she'll start picturing her head married to an advocate. She would never move with me to another place and feel comfortable. She'll feel cheated. She could have married lawyers. What is this? And then I did not have clear promise whether I would really make good money
lawyering. You were left.
You know? And although I felt the urge to date, get a girl, I felt the urge like other people, but I knew I'll be tormented. If the intensity that is burning within me, the fire that is burning within me, I don't give it expression. I don't make a way for it. So the first rule is, let your dreams and your vision and the life you're envisioning for yourself determine everything, including more so who you settle with. This automatically tells you how disastrous it is when you're second year university. Pick a person. Now you drag each other, you marry 5 years later. You cannot read energies at that time. So the first reason it doesn't work is because this person is driven by their dreams. If you marry a person who is not driven by, those people are not driven by dreams, they are driven by survival and needs and status and image and comfort. And they're just looking for a comfortable life. Stop being too restless. You know, we are even blessed when you compare with our neighbors. We have a job, we have a house, just relax.
Our parents did not grow like
Why
this.
do you want a bigger car? This car works. It's not malfunctioning.
Yes.
Why you want to fly to Dubai? For what? Now you want to waste money again. These clothes you can simply buy.
There's a cheaper option, eh?
You listen to the reasoning of settlers. People are called settlers because for them they're driven by settling comfort and avoiding risk. And as soon as they arrive at a comfortable place, they stay there. They can stay in the same job, same position for 30 years. One driver was carrying us when we were students, told me he had been driving that vehicle for 30 years. And I said, this is not the life I want. 30 years. He's measuring it like an accomplishment. You know, and there's no problem working on that level. I was just wondering, over 30 years, I thought now you should be a chauffeur, maybe for the president or for dignitary, or maybe carrying the VC. If you are improving and trying to get better and trying to move forward, what would have happened? If you have been trusted this much job, they should have been advising them. Maybe now you'll be the overseer for all the buses for the university.
Not driving.
You know?
That is true.
And I said, no. Later on, they told me the old man died. And I said, isn't that a summary of what happens when you just settle in one place? When you just get contented, but there are people who live like that and you can't change them.
Yes.
So the first rule we have said is become cognizant that what leads your life is not your marital status. It's not even your marriage. What dictates your happiness or gloominess or how you expand or how you contract? What gives you speed and rhythm and happiness and intensity and connectedness to life is why you live.
Absolutely.
Not who you're married to.
It's the why.
Disbelieve society. Please stop listening to lies. Because when you take a guy home, they'll always ask, so they'll try to look for status symbol.
Yes.
If he's the grandson of an MP, that will be mentioned. You know,
Yes.
he's the grandson of the grandfather was the MP too.
Yes.
If the father has a tractor, you know, the father has a tractor. They have a big farm. They want to have a shop. You know, the father is a head teacher. So society will look at wealth, status, standing in society is the most important thing. And one thing I respect in my girl is she had that wisdom so early in life, when other girls did not have it. If you come to date there when you have a car, girls are jumping at you because you have a car. For her, she wanted the vision. She told me that was quite humbling. We did a seminar for single people.
Okay.
And majority were ladies who had attended. And she was telling me, these ladies, when they say, where are the men? I can imagine, because I'm getting their vibe. They're looking for a man who's polished like you now. If they saw you the way I saw you first time, they'll not pick you.
I'm looking for her. We need pictures. And probably it's not even the way you dressed.
In fact, I'm looking for the before and after. I don't know how to get me the before and
after. Yes, before Neno.
Because she told me, honestly, they are picturing men like you now.
Yes.
Not how you looked then.
Yes.
I could sense your drive, your passion. And I could sense you have a vacancy for a person like me.
Yeah.
The fact that I was not, for me, I think I had purple and beige and blue. I don't know what colors.
What are those things? Purple and beige.
Not to mention the oversize. But that time, that was the size.
Okay, cool.
You know, it would flap in the wind when you're against the wind. See a trouser like a flag. So, I respected the fact that she could see that she was looking for convergence of dreams.
Yes.
She was looking for what drives you. And she would say, okay, you may have a good car, but when you're in the house, you're not in your car. We're just us.
That is true.
We're just us.
Yeah.
As we talk. Or we may be in the car. When we are inside the car, what conversations are we having?
Yeah.
What chemistry, what friendship, what happiness, what ease, what fun. Do you see? She's aiming at the gist of the thing. She said, cars we can buy. I just want a person who's driven, and I know we'll buy them.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
You could have cars now and lose them if you don't live right.
Absolutely.
you know. Or you can have a car that you can't get in because it's so sad, you're crying there. You have no connection. So the other rule, why then it doesn't work is because you're driven, you keep taking risks because of your dream. The restlessness to keep getting better and improving, and I was working for this TV, it closed, but now I can't sit on and get depressed. I'm out here, I'm checking all this. What are you guys doing? Let me do one, let me check. When settlers suffer calamity like losses of jobs, they stagnate for many years after that. When achievers, change happens, they see it like divine hand nudging them on.
Yeah.
They never interpret it like disaster. It's uncomfortable, but they know my destiny is not in my hands.
Yes.
And if Elimelech and Kilion and Mahlon die, Kilion and Mahlon were the sons of Elimelech. And by the names meant disease and finished. Kilion and Mahlon, disease and finished. Can you be careful how you name your children?
Oh, goodness, yes. What?
So the 3 men died, and Naomi felt pain, but she still kept going.
Yeah.
Achievers keep going. Ruth cried, just like Orpah cried. But which direction did they go as they cried? The achiever cried moving forward. The settler cried moving backwards to comfort.
Yeah.
And because the achiever cried while he's still moving, they still actually entered the lineage of our Lord.
Yeah.
Many times it's not the pain you felt, it's what you did as you felt the pain. You know? So one day you will lose jobs. Both you, the settler, and the achiever. One day money will go haywire. One day things will shake up. One day.
Yes.
This is life. It's guaranteed. Disappointments are part of the package. He said in 16:3, John, I have said these things to you so that in me you may have courage. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. In the world you will have tribulation, troubles, inconveniences. But somebody said Christians don't fight for victory, they fight from victory. You know you will win. When you are an achiever, you know it will add up at the end. So I can't collapse here.
Yeah.
You know, right now this is a minus, but you know there's a bigger plus coming. So, because they're driven by that faith, and the settler is driven by the fear of the worst. You know, they try to maintain. Over time, my restlessness, my drivenness might make me fail more, achieve more. Somebody said the courageous person has failed more times than the fearful person has ever attempted.
Yes.
But they have also achieved more times.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
this courageous man falls 7 times, rises.
Yes.
Listen, the biggest problem is over time, because of your drive, you attempt, you will bypass this person, or you will stop stretching to maintain the union, to maintain the marriage. And what is the consequence? You also become a settler. And then you become resentful. Let me tell you, there is no bitter person in this world like a person who was originally a dreamer, forced to become a settler, to become bitter and angry. The resentment is coming from what they have to sacrifice to remain here. But then they see you achieving what they wanted to achieve. They knew they can drive a better car. They knew, and you're just colleagues at work. And at home, they're not allowed to dream like this. And now you're here dressing, you dress better. They're being refused from dressing right. And you're here shining and looking like you're happy and laughing. What are people laughing? Here, we saved.
Oh, God.
Let me tell you, they see you and achieve a progressive person, dating another progressive person. They pass a policy there saying, in this company, people are not allowed to marry. No. Resign or go home. They become hateful, bitter. So let me give you another picture of the bitter people you have around you.
Oh, goodness.
Pity them now instead of hating them back.
Okay.
Many of them, they know what they could have become. But they agreed to settle in a relationship that squeezes them to a small cocoon. And because they are aware of their potential, and the time is going, and they are more tired, and they are more confused, and they lack the courage to, and days are going, they start working with that energy and regret, and they're angry at themselves and at the person who made them squeeze themselves. And there are people who, if their partner hurts them, they respond by saying, I gave up all my life for you.
Yes.
And this is what you pay me. I'll kill you. Who told you to give up your life?
They didn't. You chose.
So the second thing is that over time, you either bypass them and you lose the connection.
Yeah.
Or you give up to remain with them, and then you become resentful at other people who you know you are better than you are their mentor. And one day you meet in an event these events that make people hook up after many years.
Yeah.
And you're wondering, what happened to Martin? Martin was so driven. Mato used to do so many science projects all the way to nationals, man. What happened? When we were about to finish Form 4, one guy caught up with a girl. I believe curses are real things. I never wanted to believe them at first, but after I witnessed some events, I was forced to revise.
Please share. Let me be the judge of this one.
That guy was top 2.
Okay.
In my school, I've never been top 2.
Okay.
I'm not dumb, but
I relate. I feel you.
The best I was in my school is number 5, and that was genius.
Okay, no, you are doing better.
KCC, I was not even top 10. I was around 11 thereabout. Yet in my village, I was the champion. Now you can imagine the school I'm talking.
Okay.
This guy was number 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But towards KCSE, he hooked up with a girl. They started eating loaf and soda. You know the dates of high school.
Yes,
we go for games, and they are seen throughout the day eating loaf and soda.
Yes.
And lollipop.
Yes.
You know, and bringing us greetings. He was also a CU leader. So and we started wondering, this is too much report about that girl. She was also a leader that other side. But you could see this is a crash, but they don't want to own it. Be careful. Don't be so religious that you lose touch with your emotions.
Yes.
That you don't acknowledge you are tripping.
Yes.
You know. He neglected one subject. Mathematics, one subject. And the teacher kept telling him, check this subject. So you're getting A, everything. Mathematics, D. But he was so distracted with his relationship. So that last 1 year, he went that way. KCSE was a replica of the same. A, everything, D here. Mean grade, a flat B that missed university entry by a point.
No.
So, later on we caught up. It shook me and we took time to reflect. We realized even when you are Christian, you need wisdom, you need balance, you need to be teachable.
Yes.
You don't need to be egotistical. And I caught with them and later very bitter. I saw the consequence of having been an achiever.
Yeah.
You blunder and you are tied because they got tied together. That girl got kids, whatever. So he's tied where he does not belong. He became very bitter and toxic, especially to people who know what he could have become.
Yeah.
He was ahead of us, all of us. He was so polished and corporate. He would have science projects that would go to nationals and top at the nationals.
Wow.
He and another boy who was always number 2. So they were a phenomenon because on number 1 and 2 they were friends.
Yes.
So they would have, their projects were something to watch, and you yourself get challenged.
Wonder if you're in the same class.
You're not competing.
No.
You're coming here to be.
Just to watch.
You know, they were sensational, the 2 boys. But I looked at her and I said, this must be a family curse. Something from home here.
Oh.
Why is it catching up with you at the defining moment of your life? So it's to say,
yes.
Finally, if you insist on now staying with a settler, become bitter because they forced you to leave your nature to stay with them. Yes.
You know, it is so true about the resentment, because when I was talking to my friend, she'd look back and be like, I can't blame my husband, ex-husband. I can't. He did not ask me to settle. I chose that path for myself when I knew that I could be more.
She was doing the virtuous thing to support the relationship, to be submissive.
Yes. And Zulu says, soon you will be earning more, and you'll be responsible both for upgrading the family life and for bearing the costs, since there will be your ideas as well. Settlers, that is the achiever, sawa. Settlers just want a comfortable life, not a great one. You want a rich and exciting life, and that's where the rift comes in. They don't care much about class or growth or touring the world or affecting the masses with your gifts. They just want to avoid trouble and live comfortable, albeit small life. Now with time, you'll have nothing in common. Expect the history and perhaps children. So be careful to always pick someone you share the same drive with. Lesson learned. Until next time, adios.